Susan. So thank you all. I truly appreciate every one of you who does come to join us for these morning meditations. As I always say, and please know that this is from my heart, that I do appreciate you, and I enjoy and I so look forward to getting together and meeting on these Monday and Friday mornings. But I just want to share a little bit about, when our world went into lockdown, many of us clearly saw that the things that we are doing now in our lives, for lack of a better word, are meaningless. Because in the wake of a natural disaster, our jobs can be taken away from us, our income can be cut off in the blink of an eye, all the places that we are busy trying to get to and all the places or things that we're rushing to go do, those things also can be cut off from us. All the future plans that we have made can actually be canceled without any opportunity to even go and do the things that we plan in our lives. Our world can basically be turned upside down in the blink of an eye. And this should have forced us to really begin to slow down and say, well, what are my priorities? What is important to me? It doesn't necessarily mean that, of course, we should be running out and maybe leaving our jobs or stop making any plans or forgetting about, certain things. But what it should be asking us is, what do we care about? And we should be focused on the purpose and the meaning of life. We can't take our wealth or our possessions with us when our lives are over. The only thing that we can take is the good that we do, the love that we share. And so, as it was once said, store up your treasures in heaven and not here on this earth. We should focus our energy and we should focus our attention on expanding our awareness and really opening our heart. Do not wait for others to begin to open their hearts or do the work of transformation. We can't even force other people to do it. All we can do is work on ourselves and focus on that. Instead, just begin doing now what is necessary to move in the right direction for ourselves and for the survival of our species in this planet. You will become happier, I guarantee it, when you learn to love more. Your life will gain meaning and purpose, and as you learn to cultivate a true perfected love, you will discover really the miracle of your human or full human potential. And loving kindness is a systematic way to help us do this. So let's begin. I invite you all now to get into any relaxed or comfortable position. You're more than welcome to lay down or sit up. And if you're seated, just sit in what is often referred to as a dignified posture, whatever that might mean to you. But for those of you who might be curious on what that means, it just means be sitting with your back a little bit straight. And now maybe take a minute to just scan the body for any notable tension or tightness, and release any maybe noticeable tension you might be holding within your body that you can release. And notice the weight of the body, maybe on the cushion or the chair that you're seated upon. And now let's begin by taking a couple of deep, long breaths together. So I invite you to take a long, deep breath in, and then slowly exhale or sigh your breath out. And take another long, deep breath in. Slowly exhale or sigh your breath out. And one more long, deep breath in. Slowly exhale or sigh your breath out. And now just take a moment to settle yourself in this present moment by just bringing all your awareness and attention to the breath. No longer control or regulate your breath, but just simply try to be the observer of it. Be the witness to the body breathe. Don't worry about how your breath is. If it's fast, it's fine. If it's slow, that's fine. Don't think you need to change it or make it be some type of way. But just allow this moment to be however it's showing itself. Allow the breath to be however it's presenting itself. And just try to be there with it. The only agreement you make with yourself is that whenever the mind wanders, you just gently and lovingly encourage yourself to go back to the breath. Let go of wherever the mind got distracted to, and just return again to breathing. And now we begin the practice of loving kindness with ourselves first. So I'm going to ask you now, or invite you to begin to expand your awareness out to include your entire self. So move it away from the breath and bring all your awareness and attention to you. And now, while holding your awareness and attention upon yourself, please silently repeat, or of course if you're alone, you can gently and softly whisper these statements after me. I am loved. I am happy. I am healthy. I am peaceful. I am loved. I am happy. I am healthy. I am peaceful. I am loved. I am happy. I am healthy. I am peaceful. And now please take the next few moments to just continue to offer yourself your own loving kindness by just continuing to silently offer yourself those well wishes. We start the loving kindness practice with ourselves because if we don't have love, we can't truly give love. We can't truly love others if we don't have self-love. Also, if we don't love ourselves, really who will? Sometimes in the loving kindness practice, especially for those of us in Western countries, we find this loving attention focused on us a little bit sometimes difficult. Like we're not worthy of the attention, or we're not worthy of this love. But you are. In fact, you are so loved that if you weren't, you wouldn't have been created. And caring for yourself is not selfish. Caring for yourself is very important, especially if you are a caregiver for another person. Because if you don't take care of yourself and love yourself, then you're doing them a disservice. Because by putting your care on the back burner, what happens if something happens to you? Who's going to take care of them? So really offer yourself this loving kindness in a sincere way. And if you wish, while you're doing the practice, put a smile on your face. Because it really does help us to feel more loving and compassionate, and helps us to cultivate a little bit of loving energy. And don't worry when the mind gets distracted, or if you have a busy mind. Just gently and lovingly, whenever the mind wanders, just bring it back to you and start again. I am loved. I am happy. I am healthy. I am peaceful. And next, now I invite you to call to mind somebody you know that you love a lot. The person can be living or deceased, that does not matter to the practice. It can be a family member, or it can be a very dear close friend. Simply try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize, in any way you can, somebody you love dearly. And now we're going to move this loving energy. Rather than sending it inwards now, we're going to extend it out towards this person. And so while holding them in your mind's eye, while trying to see them or visualize or picture or imagine them before you, you can do this in one of two ways. You can think of the person and simply say, may you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. Or if you wish to make it a little bit more personal, you just insert the person's name into the statements and say, may he or she be loved. May he or she be happy. May he or she be healthy. May he or she be peaceful. And now just take a couple of moments to continue to offer the loving kindness to this person that you have now imagined before you. And don't just let the practice be lip service. Don't run through these phrases and these statements like very, very quickly, like without any real feeling behind it. Really try to bring the head and heart together. And as you're saying these statements, try to put a little bit of feeling behind what you are saying. However, I hesitated there for a moment because I don't want to stress the idea that you have to try to focus on the feeling and sort of get frustrated or upset if, you're not feeling that way. Just try to rest in the statements. And by resting in the statements, what I mean is when you say, may you be loved, really think about what you're saying and then take a moment to rest in that. And as you're saying, may you be loved, the loving energy will eventually with time, maybe not today, but with time, the more you practice, it will begin to just bubble up behind it. And then when you say, may you be happy, just rest in that and really think about what you're offering this person. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. Also, don't worry if you do have a very busy mind. That happens. There could be many things going in our lives, So thoughts just come. Don't get frustrated. Don't get upset. Don't beat yourself up for having a lot of thoughts. And don't sort of criticize or judge yourself either. Don't say, my mind is so busy today. I'm not a good meditator or any of those things. Just notice it, and whenever the mind wanders, just gently and lovingly encourage yourself to just return again to the breath, no matter how many times you need to do that. The mind is just doing what it's been created to do, and that's think. With time and with dedicated practice to your meditations, the mind will begin to learn to concentrate and focus. And it's just the returning back to the person over and over again, and these phrases over and over again, that cultivates the mind's ability to concentrate, to stay focused. Also, never judge one meditation from the next. So if you had a really good meditation maybe yesterday or the day before, don't judge yourself today if it's a little bit more of a busy mind. Just focus on this person you love dearly and start again. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And now we're going to move on to another person. So I invite you now to try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize in any way you can someone you know who's going through some sort of difficulty right now, someone who's having a hard time. Now, this difficulty can be mentally or emotionally, and there are many people in today's world and society that are going through a lot of mental difficulties, emotional difficulties because of their lack of jobs or loss of income or other things that might have happened in their lives. But it could also be someone who's suffering with a sickness, illness, or disease. Someone who's suffering in that sort of way, having a difficulty with that. So just try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize in any way you can someone who fits into one of those categories. And now we're going to offer our loving kindness to this person in the exact same way we did with the person we love dearly. So you just hold the person in your mind's eye, try to picture or imagine them before you, and just say, may you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. Or again, if you wish to make it a little bit more intimate, just insert the person's name into the statements and say, may he or she be loved. May he or she be happy. May he or she be healthy. May he or she be peaceful. And just do whatever feels right to you. It's often very easy for us to feel this loving energy and feel this loving kindness being sent out towards those that we loved and those who are suffering or having some sort of difficulty, especially if they're sick, because, we want them to get better. But if you want to sort of intensify the feeling, again, a little reminder is to maybe put a smile or a half smile on your face as you do the practice. Sending out this loving energy with a smile on really does help us to feel a little bit more of that loving energy. Once again, whenever the mind wanders or gets distracted, all you need to do is just refocus on the person and just start again. Don't worry about where you were in the statements, just start from the first statement. May you be loved. And again, loving kindness is a very systematic, formal process which teaches us how to cultivate altruistic, selfless love for all beings. And so we move through the first part of the practice, which is supposed to be a good barometer for us to how it should feel with ourselves, the person we love dearly, and a person who's suffering in some way or having some sort of difficulty. But now we're going to begin to move into the second half of the practice, which can be a little bit more difficult for others, or some of us. And so the first person now that I'm going to ask you to try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, or visualize in this meditation is a neutral person. Now, by neutral, we mean someone with whom there's no story attached to them. You have no feelings for them, either good, so you don't really like them or love them, but you don't really dislike them or hate them either. You don't really know anything about the people or this person. And so we're going to try to think of somebody who fits into that category. Sometimes it's hard to think about a person like that. So examples I give is maybe that there's a neighbor in your community or on your block or in your apartment complex or development who you don't really know them, you know nothing about them, but you've seen their face before. So maybe as you drive to work or you go out and about your day, you see them frequently, maybe wave or something, but you really have no idea anything about them. Or maybe it's a delivery person, or someone in a store that you frequent and you maybe have seen them before behind the counter or at a cash register, but again, you don't really know nothing about them, just they're a familiar face. So try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize in any way you can a neutral person. And now you're going to try to offer your loving kindness to them. You probably don't know their name, so you just use the may you be statements. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And now just take a couple of moments to try to offer them your loving kindness with the same feeling and intensity that you did for those you've loved and who are sick. You know, we should be exploring ourselves as we are doing the practice, because what we're trying to cultivate and feel and nurture is a quality of selfless love, altruistic love, a love that shares of itself with all people, with all beings, regardless of who they are, where they were from, the color of their skin, their political affiliation, or anything else. We're trying to cultivate a love for all. Now, it doesn't mean we have warm, affectionate feelings towards everyone in the world. That's a very difficult thing to do. But what it means is that, you know, we wish for them the same we wish for us. It's sort of like treating others as you wish to be treated. Everybody in this life is searching for happiness, searching for love, searching for peace, wants good health. And so we try to wish it for this person. Now, on a neutral person, there's two things. It can go one of two ways. One, it's still very easy to cultivate a feeling of loving kindness for them because there is no story attached. So towards them, it's very easy to send out loving energy towards them. For those that are very open-hearted, empathetic, and compassionate. But on the flip side of that, for others, it can be a little bit more difficult because there's no story attached. And that's showing that, you know, maybe our love is based on conditions. So we don't judge ourselves for that. We just try to nurture this quality by continuing on with the practice. And if it helps you to intensify the loving energy through a smile, then again, I encourage you to put that smile on your face as you're doing this practice for the neutral person. Some of you may notice that with the neutral person, your mind wanders a little bit more. That's perfectly fine. It's okay. Just keep coming back to this person and start again. May you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And now we're going to move on to the most difficult person in the loving kindness practice. I'm going to ask you now and invite you to try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize someone from the present or your past that you may have had a hard or a difficult time getting along with. Someone who may have hurt you, used you, wronged you in some type of way, or someone with whom you've had conflict. Now, if you're new to the practice or just starting loving kindness, please don't choose the most hated or difficult person or relationship you can think about in your life or the world. Choose someone who's more mildly troublesome, just a slight irritation. Someone with whom maybe you just butt heads, or someone who's just like a annoyance or knows how to push your buttons and irritate you at times. I share that we start with somebody more manageable because we need to observe our reactions without being overwhelmed by them. And so try to picture, imagine, sense, feel, visualize someone with whom you've had difficulty. And now try to offer your loving kindness to them by again thinking of them and saying, may you be loved. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. And see how this feels for you. You may notice that with this person, there's a little bit of a mental chatter or a voice in the back of your head that's saying, I really don't wish this for this person. They've hurt me or harmed me in some type of way. And that's natural. The default state of mind is when someone's unkind to us, we respond to them in an unkind manner. But we're trying to break that habit. You know, you might feel angry, you might feel upset. That's okay, that's natural too. But recognize that change is possible. Even if it seems mechanical right now, just continue on. As you become more proficient and comfortable with the practice, you're likely to find that you can begin to do it for this person with some ease. It's a relaxing of the heart, and your heart slowly begins to open in time. And so this can become a very, while challenging, profound and liberating process. Because this is really where conditional love can truly begin to blossom and unfold into unconditional love. Through this practice here, we begin to learn to love our so-called enemies. And that's why this can become so powerful. If you notice that your mind wanders a lot more with this person, that's okay too, that's natural too. Just start again, refocus on the person, and say, may you be loved, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be peaceful. And now we move to the final part of our loving kindness practice. And so please just again, silently repeat, or if you're alone again, you can softly or gently whisper these statements after me. May all beings be loved. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be loved. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. And may all beings be peaceful. And now at this point, we are sending out our loving kindness to all beings, to all life, everywhere in this universe. Because by beings, we don't only mean human beings. We mean anything with life in it. Animals, microscopic organisms, plants. Everything has life. Stars are being born. Stars are dying. We can even look at that as life. And so try to send this loving energy now everywhere through the universe. Sometimes it's hard to think about sending this energy to all beings. And so a little visualization that I share at this point is you can think of yourself as sending out colored energies with each statement. And so what you can begin to do is when you say, may all beings be loved, send out a wave of colored energy, maybe like red, since to me a red heart symbolizes love. So a red energy away from yourself in all directions throughout the universe. Then when you say, may all beings be happy, think of whatever color happiness is to you, that wave of energy radiating out away from you in all directions, spreading throughout the universe. Then when you say, may all beings be healthy, whatever color healing is to you, send out a wave of that energy throughout the universe. And then when you say, may all beings be peaceful, send out a peaceful energy. Imagine it moving out from you in all directions and spreading through the entire universe. And just continue on. Now, I only offer that visualization as a tool. Sometimes it could be more distracting for people to try and think about that and the statements or phrases at the same time. So if it works for you, use it. If not, just put it aside. May all beings be loved. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be peaceful. And just extend out those loving energies and those well wishes to all beings everywhere, without division, without exclusion. And one last reminder to hopefully have carried that smile throughout the practice. Our meditation has come to its end. You may need to bring some gentle movement back to your bodies by beginning to wiggle your toes or wiggle your fingers. You may want to stretch your arms or legs, or some of you may wish to take a couple of deep breaths just to bring your awareness back to the body, ground it again in the room or the space that you're at. And whenever you feel ready, slowly begin to open your eyes, make your way back into the space. No rush, take your time in doing that. And I always just like to end how I began, and that's by thanking each and every one of you for truly being here, for joining us, for working on our own hearts, on the transformation of our hearts and minds, cultivating that altruistic love for all beings, sending out these well wishes to ourselves, others, in the world, in which it's so needed at this time. I truly appreciate you, because the more of us that gather together in these groups, according to the theories and traditions, the greater our power becomes. We exponentially magnify the wave of energy that we're sending out by joining together. So I thank you for that. I hope you all have a very blessed and beautiful weekend. I look forward to seeing you Monday morning, and may each and every one of your days truly be filled with an abundance of love, happiness, and peace. Thank you all.